Shalom friends, welcome to Daf Reactions, Yevamot 63. Marriage can be a real confusing and challenging mess to everybody, the sages included. In today's Daf, they wonder what makes a good wife a good wife. First, the Gemara talks about some verses from Genesis about the concept of a helpmate. The Gemara brings a midrash, and to clarify, a midrash is interpretive biblical fanfiction. Please keep that in mind. So Rabbi Elazar says that the helpmate thing refers to how in the Garden of Eden, Adam had sex with all of the animals and discovered that nothing really fit together that well. Then Adam was split into two beings, male and female, and thus a helpmate was created. Thank you, Rabbi Elazar, for sharing so bravely the contents of your Tumblr account. But let's move on and find out what the sages had to say about their very own real-life marriages. The Gemara tells us that Rav's wife would constantly do things to annoy him, and after Yevamot 37, can we blame her? She would never make what he wanted for dinner. Their son, in fact, started using reverse psychology to get her to make what Rav actually had wanted to eat. This alone is solid evidence that delivery pizza is key to maintaining peace in the home. Now, Rabbi Chia also wasn't a massive fan of his own wife, but he would still bring her gifts. And Rav was like, why are you doing that? She annoys you. And Rabbi Chia was like, well, she's still doing all the work, raising our children and stuff. Maybe if you gave your wife gifts, she would actually cook what you wanted to eat instead of scraping some dirt off the floor and garnishing it with a stick. Just an idea. Now we get to something truly special. Rav Yehuda was teaching Torah to his son, Rav Yitzchak. And they get to the following verse. I find more bitter than death the woman. His son goes, wow, like who? And Rav Yehuda goes, like your mother. #burn offering. The Gemara says, if you see a graceful woman married to somebody else, it is a trap. Do not go near her. Look away. Beautiful women destroy men. How do we know this? Just look at what happens to peddlers. They go door to door selling impulse buys to women, and then the husbands attack them because they assume that those peddlers are there to bang their wives. And thus we learned that online shopping was indeed invented to save the lives of peddlers from irate husbands who really just needed therapy to deal with their insecurity and toxic masculinity. I know this is just my personal opinion, but I don't actually think that the hot wives should be blamed for the lack of accessible mental health services provided to husbands in ancient Babylonia. It's just not their fault.